Toho Kong films. So after King Kong vs. Godzilla, Toho returned with another film called King Kong Escapes. So let's not waste any time. Viewers, I hate to say I kind of made a pact with Daleks, so we'll just roll it When a mechanical replica of King Kong, also known as Mecha Kong, is unable to dig for the highly radioactive element X at the North Pole, the evil Doctor Who and his sponsor Madam X decide to kidnap the real Kong. Meanwhile, a team expedition arrives on Mondo Island and they explore the jungles where they encounter Kong, fighting off various creatures. Kong develops a crush on Lieutenant Susan Miller, and our Beauty and the Beast portion of the film starts. As an insurance policy, Doctor Who kidnaps Lieutenant Susan, as well as her boyfriend Lieutenant Commando Jiro Nomura, and Commander Carl Nelson. They escape and free Kong, who heads to Tokyo. Doctor Who and his minions follow him and activate Mecha Kong in order to recapture him. But Susan is then grabbed by the robot and is taken to the top of Tokyo Tower, and a battle ensues between Kong and his robotic replica. I will say this is somewhat better than King Kong vs. Godzilla, but not that much. First, the characters. Susan is better than Fumiko. Her character is stronger and more independent. When Kong captures her, though fearful at first, she does care, but takes to her own and doesn't go for Kong's moves, instead telling him how to act. Well, she is a lieutenant, so that's that. Nomura, again, the bland male hero. Same with Nelson. The villain Doctor Who is a fun villain, but we don't get much of a motivation on his actions, only because he's evil. Then there's Madam X, who gets more of a character development. She's not on the side of evil just because she wants to be evil, she's there as an ambassador/agent of her country, which they don't explain where, trying to keep it safe, for some reason. Yeah, not much character plot is explained in this movie. Anyway, the special effects are much better this time around, and while Kong looks better than he did previously, with a bigger, more detailed head and suit, it still doesn't look that great. For example, when he fights the serpent in the waters of Mondo Island, you can clearly see the space between the mask and the suit, like an oversized mascot head. Mecha Kong looks good, but sometimes the metal looks a little bouncy. However, the best suit effect in the entire movie is Gorosaurus, the T-Rex type dinosaur that fights Kong. This is one of the best monster suits Toho has ever put out on film, and it really shows. The fight is really fun to watch and entertaining as hell, although when Kong breaks the jaw off the Gorosaurus, there's bubbles?
Fucking bubbles!
What, did he have a seizure? But I digress. The film was made this time not just by Toho, RKO, and Universal. Yeah, Universal did the English dub for the Toho Kong films, considering the huge court battles and challenges it would have with Kong in the future. The film was also released by Rankin, the studio responsible for those infamous stop-motion Christmas specials, the animated Hobbit/Return of the King, and The Last Unicorn. Back in the 60s, they did a King Kong cartoon show following the plot of Escapes, in which the film came later. Funny side note, after King Kong Escapes, Rankin Bass would return to Toho for another kaiju-like production in the 1977 film called The Last Dinosaur. Watch Brad Cult's movie reviews for a better look. Anyway, the film is quite enjoyable. Though it does drag at times, the story is good and the characters are bland but fun. It's a good movie to show your young kids. They might get a kick out of it. And hey, maybe you will too. 7 out of 10. Well, there you have it, folks. King Kong Escapes is the last in the Toho series. So you're probably wondering what's going to happen next. Well, we're going to enter rip-off territory again with this shitfest called the Mighty Gorgon. Oh, that. Gee, how do I